Hey Ringside crew, welcome to the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. And now here's your host, Joe, Panther the Third.
Hello there, wrestling fans. Welcome to another episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I am Joe Panther the Third, and man, this is going to be a fun trip. I had this lady on about maybe 2 times last year because she's amazing and I love what she does. Welcome back, Jade. Welcome back to Dudes at Ringside. But what is that? Why are all my seats floating in the studio? Jade, what did you do? Why are they floating?
Don't worry about it.
And why is my producer like spinning in his chair? Why is the green room glowing green? Who's here with us today? Who is here? Who's with you today?
Well, today we have my tag team partner, Evelyn Sage, joining us. She is the bewildered half of Bewitched and Bewildered.
Awesome. Wow, this is awesome. I've been wanting to have you on, and I had to talk to my girl Jade, and she sprinkled the ground, and I was like, oh no, what's happening? Oh, it happened. Yeah, so welcome, Dudes at Ringside. It's an honor to have you on for this awesome month as we're celebrating Spooky Wrestling Month. This is celebrating all the fun spooky wrestlers in the wrestling world that I could manage to get my proton wand on without getting chased out of the building. Screaming, who are you going to call? Not me. But explain to my internationally known audience how you and Jade became this force of nature within the women's wrestling tag team division.
Oh, well, I Miss Alexandria at an old wrestling. Of course, we would find each other at old wrestling. That just makes sense with the two of us. And when I saw her, I was like, oh my God, it's me. Wow. We hit it off immediately. I watched her match. We had a little spot together. I had a kindred connection immediately with her. And I just knew that we had to figure something out. Even with the distance between us, we had to bring our forces together and ruffle some feathers in the female indie wrestling scene. And fun fact, before I even told my family about Jay, my father sent me a picture of her because he thought it was me. And I was like, very close, very, very close. That is actually my future tag team partner. So good eye. So maybe he also manifested it somehow without knowing it.
Yeah, we also wrestled a match against each other, and people thought we were sisters. So yes. Apparently we look a lot alike. I don't quite see it, but hold on. My laptop is getting a call from a political ad thing.
Oh no.
It's the season.
It's the season, yeah.
It's yikes. Don't you wish we could just cling and disappear the month all the way to December? No, that would be too cold here in the Poconos.
No,
I'd be like
Halloween, man.
Yeah,
after Halloween. Yeah, let's just skip
maybe
ahead.
like Halloween on loop, so we can't get any other holiday. Wouldn't you love that? Just like maybe have a Christmas tree, but put pumpkins on it. Like make it called He makes it even cooler, ladies. Holla Christmas.
Well, winter solstice is very important, of course. There's something very gruesome about Christmas anyways, if you think about it. I think it's just how you look at it.
Oh, awesome. So when it comes to you ladies being a tag team, do you guys have to like work on a game plan every opponent, or is it you automatically you two know like what you're going for?
Well, we are pretty new. We are building this relationship up. And unfortunately, there's just not a lot of female tag teams out there. And it's already rare to find women talent in the indie scene, it seems. So we haven't had the opportunity yet. But we have some tricks up our sleeves. As we fought each other, we realized it was tit for tat at certain points. So I think there is a lot to see when we do find these unlucky duo that we get to go face to face. we just are waiting for the opportunity. And I will say, I will fight dudes. I do not care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
We're just waiting.
That's awesome, because there's a lot of as Jay, we were talking about the last time she was here. There's a lot of, like, in wrestling, there's a lot of people, guys, that will not face women, and I don't get it. I've met and I've seen, like, tons of female wrestlers. Beckett whipped the I'm gonna say, and I curse in dudes ringside. We're not censored. Beat the ass bone out of a man. Like, beat the bone right out their ass. Danny Chaos would destroy somebody. Like, Danny Moe would blow them out of the water. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see it. Like, I would love to see ladies face like a male tag team. Is there any that you've been looking at that you think, like, we could beat them?
Oh, well, I would love to take on Sonny DeFarge and Mr. Crumbles. They also do a vintage, old-timey gimmick. So I think that would be really fun to go head-to-head to them. They are very unique in the way they fight. But I say so are we. I mean, I'm not opposed to, paying the ref off if I have to. So, it could be fun. But no. Jay, do you have your eyes on anybody on the East Coast?
Yeah, Creeps would be fun to face.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah, because we get along pretty well because we're all vegan, straight edge, not Evelyn, I don't think. But yeah, the three of us are all vegan, straight edge, so we bonded over that. We also met at Old Wrestling, oddly enough. But
oh, yes.
yeah, it would be a fun team to face.
Sorry, I like my protein. I gotta get my gains. I'm trying though. I do my best, but I also would love to fight Abby and Pancakes. That they would be a really fun tag team. They're so cute and adorable, and I just love to squish their face under my foot. Just so adorable. And they're in the PA area, so that would be a really fun match as well.
Yeah.
There was a Pancakes when I used to go to NYWC on Long Island. I remember there was a guy named Pancakes. I don't know if it's the same guy, because NYWC had him as a face for a while, coming out with the white chef hat and the suit, and looks like he's always so happy. And then I left. I went somewhere else. I stopped going because I'm like, I didn't go. I looked at an advertisement. They had him turn heel. So Pancakes ran all black, and I'm like, everybody goes heel, man. It's like Darth. My grandfather, if he was still alive, he'd be like, everybody is a heel. Joe, it's time to come over to the dark side. We have pancakes and cookies here. We have Ecto Cooler waiting for you, frozen.
Breaking the rules are always fun. That's all I'm gonna say. Listen, like they're made to be broken, right? Everyone loves a bad guy.
Yeah. So, as you know, I'm in Pennsylvania, and I was mentioning your partner before, Jade. That is there any, like, promotions that you ladies have been wanting to come to in the States that you have not, like, had a chance to wrestle at or travel to yet?
Mission Pro would be amazing.
Mm.
We will definitely have women tag teams to face there.
Shoot. Well, I've already established myself at High Tension, but I would love to bring Jay there. I think if we could get in there, there's so many fun characters, but there's not a witch there. And I just think that would be a perfect place for us to add some spice to their roster. That would be a really good one. And it's pretty close for the two of us. Yeah. I would love to work at High Tension again, but with, a partner.
Awesome. Like, when it comes to, like, your Jade's gimmick, and then yours was like an old school housewife. Have you ever? That's what I could picture, that cool, the apron and the black and white stuff you were doing for a little while. Have you ever thought of like a Halloween thing that it switches? Have Jade dressed like the housewife and have you dressed like the witch? You know what I mean? That would be kind of like a flip flop.
Maybe.
Yeah, that could be fun.
That could be fun. Our gear kind of already that we have kind of touches on that, so to be seen.
I could see like a Lydia or Beetlejuice thing. Like either you could be the Lydia and she could be Beetlejuice, or have you be Beetlejuice because you already have the green in your hair, and have her be Lydia. It just has to wear a black wig for the show, the entrance. What do you think about that?
It would be very topical.
Yeah.
Yes, very, very, very topical. And with my Beetlejuice sleeve, that's already hilarious. So,
What did you ladies think about the Beetlejuice movie? I went to see it, and then I came home and I had to like look everything over, and I did my ghost head show with my buddies, Rain and Val, which is Monday. Of course, it's Monday again. I don't know. I had a sense of, oh man, did I get too overly amped when I came home and through the door and told my parents it was a great movie, and then I sat down and then everything hit. Then reality hit me, and I was just like, ooh, I don't know. What do you ladies think about it?
I think it could have been a bit better. Definitely parts of it had like that old feel to it, but it wasn't quite the same as the original. Parts of it could have been completely cut, to be honest, for it to have made more sense. But you know, people seem to have enjoyed it overall, so I mean that's a good thing.
As a legendary, like, and such a hard movie to touch base on, I think they did great. I think it could have, I was expecting actually worse, so I was very happy. I went to see it twice in theaters. I think I liked it a lot better the second time going. But I'm very forgiving and open-minded, even with things that are like super, like, because I have a whole Tim Burton sleeve, basically, it's almost done. And half of it is Beetlejuice. I liked it. I'm here for it. I think I wish there was a little bit more dirt. The practical effects, we've gotten so good at practical effects that it almost doesn't even look like practical effects. So I was like, maybe throw some dirt in it or something. I think it needs a little bit more edges. But besides that, I mean, I got it. I bought the digital too, and I watched it the other day. So I'm having fun. I think for what they did great. Freaking Catherine O'Hara killed it.
Oh my gosh, she was the best part.
So good. She's just Moira now, and I love that for her. Like one day, that's where I need to be in like 2 years. Like, let me just get there fast. So
she was a great character. Like I don't know how factual that information was. I found out online, but I heard that the guy who played Beetlejuice. He wants to come back. They said he's all down for a third one. And I'm like, me and my buddy Hector were like, the name, it was Beetlejuice. So like,
I don't know. I would be worried. The third one might be too close. You're going too close to the sun. You know what I mean? That could be but I love Michael Keaton.
Yeah, Michael Keaton.
I stand by him so hard. So like, he could do whatever the fuck he wants. It's fine. Oops, sorry, but But yeah, no, I think that would be going a little too close to the sun. Maybe that's a wait. Give it time. Let it, like, I don't want to see it in the next, like, 5 years. I want it later down the road.
Because that was the other thing they said, is that if you make it too soon, Beetlejuice's character is literally, if they went by the time, he's like 100 years old. Beetlejuice's character is like 100 years old. So he'd be really, really old if they did another movie, 101, be crawling. I'm Lydia, I love you.
Well, he's dead already, so I don't think you can go harder. But Michael Keaton, I mean, he looks great right now. Like I said, that dude's fit, so he could do. But you know, we'll see. I don't know. If this was the last one, I'd be pretty happy with it. I'd be like, you know what, you did it. Good job.
All the effects. I was like amazed with that. The waiting room. I was like, the character, the people in the waiting room. Did you sit there when you watched it again and like in your brain you were pointing out the dead bodies? I was going, ooh, a pump. That guy was eating hot dogs and choked to death. Like,
yes. Just wonderful character design. So I'm just happy that, you know, they just went for it, and I think it paid off pretty well. They might have gone a little too hard, but like, if you're gonna do it, you know?
Yeah. So with it close to being all like we're close to the big day, the Halloween. So do you ladies have any fun plans to meet up and do anything? Any fun witchy plans? Anything you guys planning to do? Anything?
So we will actually be facing off in Richmond, Virginia. I haven't wrestled in Virginia, so this is my debuting match, and debuting state, I suppose. We were potentially supposed to tag, but I guess they just wanted to see us face off, you know.
Yeah.
Fine. It's gonna be so fun. I'm excited. I just want to build this dang on tag team. But you know what? Maybe this is the first step. Yeah, face off first, just so they can see, and then we destroy everybody. I don't know. But it's at CCWA, so Capital City Wrestling Alliance. So that'll be in Richmond. And that's October 26th. So it's close enough to Halloween to be like it's going to be a fun one.
You should. Hey, why don't you try to do a handicap match against Sam Street? It's already like you already just wrestled her, but she stole your belt. Just like bring her with you and be like,
Thing is,
already have a partner. Handicap match.
I'm working a double that night, so I'm also working a different show in Virginia right afterwards, and I'm facing Sam Street.
Oh wow! Well, when you pin her 1, 2, 3, tell her Joe says hello again. Like Joe says hi again. He says he's crying for views. Oh, wait, here we go. I have one of my artists that always does did my pops, and she's a really good artist. She loves your hair color.
Oh, but thank you.
And trust me, she is an awesome artist. She did my grandfather as a pop. I don't know if you saw this on Instagram.
Oh wow.
Jose Quinones, my Mew. He's my Mew. And she made a very interesting red glasses wearing mustache man, the Panther man. So definitely, I know she's gonna add you two on the list. The drawing / pop list. She also made another young lady. She sent me from the in the Carolinas.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Wow.
That's Rose. She sent me that pop. I was like, I'm gonna give it home. Need a home. Give it a home. So
yeah, those are wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she makes the pops with she makes it with love. She uses clay. She has her own little clay thing, and she makes them. So in tying in with that, have you ladies ever had like a fan make like art or like anything of you that you're like, oh my god, what am I gonna do with this?
I've just been sent AI art by people online, so nothing physical, but it was strange. Just to say the least. Hands were different, definitely a little weird. The tattoos were all off.
It's you. It's a variant of you, in a different universe. Actually, my last match I did, a little girl held out a piece of art, and I ran by, grabbed it with the victory, and it was me. Like, she did great. It was like me as a cat, which was perfect. I was like, I love this, and the clothes were like 3D on it. Like, she stacked them up, and it was the cutest thing. It's on my fridge. If I knew, I would have grabbed it. But and then some people have sent me some digital stuff, modifying my pictures in like cool artsy way. I've gotten a couple digital illustrations as well. They're pretty neat. So it's always fun to see things like that. But I love when little kids like do the thing. It just makes I don't know. It just warms my dang cold heart,
Awesome. That's awesome that like fans give you guys like when you get a chance, even though Jade's kind of like, it's kind of weird, but I think it's cool that fans actually take their time like Tracy does, and she does these pictures for these wrestlers, or she says fighters, but I still think that's cool. She calls them you guys fighters. Well, you do fight. But when it comes to like your different styles of like characters, like you're a witch. So like, did it take a time to like mold these two separate characters as one, or did you guys know that this team was going to be like something in the promotions you guys work for together as a team?
I don't know. I feel like Evelyn's character had a little bit of a witchy vibe anyways. Plus I love Bewitched, and that's, housewife witch thing going on. So I was really into it. Plus I like to think that with my character that she is very old and she just lives off of eating little children to stay young and, classic witch thing, and started wrestling in the 1920s, reference to old wrestling. So this is, my character in the 50s.
That's cool.
Yes.
So where do you see your tag team going, and where do you see each of your characters in, like, maybe like where do you see you guys going? Like, where does this stable see like you guys being together for a long time, or like?
So I just want to, I see my goals one day, and I know it's hard with like life. It would be sweet if we could tour, even if it's just like for a couple months or over the summer, and just hit up state by state, place by place. Even if it's like, okay, we don't have a tag, then we just fight each other, and then we just keep going to the next thing. But besides that, wherever we can get to that makes sense for both of us, because unfortunately we do have some distance in between us. I'm just down for whatever. I think what you can enjoy to see from us is creative promos, creative storytelling, creative match setups. These are all things that I love. Story, that's my favorite thing. I'm sure Jay feels the same way. Like, we're both big characters, and that's, I could see us like kind of thinking, bringing some life into wherever promotion we hit. It's something different, not just, oh, here's the girls match or here is a females match, but like give them something a little magical, dare I say.
Awesome.
Yeah.
There's another thing I was thinking. There's a wrestler that I had on interviewed in Spooky Wrestler Month. I don't know if you're familiar with the female wrestler Salem. Yes, she just came on the podcast. Such an awesome wrestler. Would you ever add to your brood, to your like I'm trying to think of the word they would say about witches. There's not a brood. What's the word, Jade?
Coven.
Yeah, would you ever add to your coven, like someone like a Salem, or like a Mother Endless, or someone like that would give you guys more of a power source?
I mean, we could. I just think it's already difficult enough with just two people to get like somebody to bring on like a whole group is a little bit harder. But if we're all end up wrestling at the same place already, then that's easy enough.
Never say never. I'm always down to collaborate. So.
Yeah, it's something to have like two women doing like these two awesome gimmicks, and I'm so proud of you both. Jade, you're killing it. I love the hair, I love the hat, I love the outfit, the dress. That was so cool. But it's so awesome to have you back. You ladies have any upcoming events? So if my fans are in the area you're from and they want to buy a ticket, like how can they get? Where's your upcoming shows?
Okay, so my next one is October 19th in Blacklick, Ohio. So I'll actually be heading up Evelyn's way. We're not teaming up though, but it is what it is. I'm in Into the Multiverse Battle Royal. So I am going to be the Scarlet Witch of the Ring, Jay Maximoff.
Love it.
How about you? Next person. What's going on?
Okay. So like CCWA, like I said, Capitol Hill Wrestling Alliance. I will be going against Jay. That's in Richmond, Virginia. That's going to be October 26th. After that, November 2nd, I will be at TorgCon. So if you're going to be at that video game con, it's in Columbus, Ohio. I will be fighting as Tiffany Valentine with my beautiful, beautiful baby face, Chucky, played by Mars. They are up and coming wrestler, a rising star. So keep your eyes out for them. They're wonderful. Word around the street is we might be fighting Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. So like that could be fun. We'll see. And then of course you can always find me at ETWA. We will be in Quebec November 9th. So if you're in Canada, it's in Stanford. Let's go, Canadians. I'll be there. So
Bring the magic.
yes.
If any of my fans want to pick up like your tag team merch, where can they find it?
So we're still in the works.
Yeah.
I don't have any online merch or merch in general because I'm nervous and anxious about it. One day I'll get there, but wherever Jay, I'm just kind of following lead with them.
Yeah, I have my T-shirt on Pro Wrestling Tees because I'm so original. I mean, they have a pretty good deal with how much you make off of it, so it's not too bad. But yeah, my shirt's on Pro Wrestling Tees, and then you can just contact me for any other merch, and I'll ship it out.
Awesome. Ladies, if there was any kids that wanted to get into the business, what kind of advice would you have for them?
I would say just do it, but do it in a safe way. Get properly trained and everything. Ignore if anybody who is saying, "Oh, don't do this. This is stupid." Blah blah blah. That's what I did, and here I am. And don't be afraid to have fun. Like that's how we got our characters. We're just doing stuff that we think is fun.
Yes, and I would say do your research. Pick the right people to surround yourself with, and please take your time. It took me 2 years to debut, and when I told people that some people were like so surprised because I feel like there's a thing where people just jump right into it and they give them a few months of training and they're just like, all right, go out there. And I want to say, don't be afraid to really take your time and always keep learning, even after you debut. I try to hit up as many seminars as I can. I've worked under like at this point 4 different schools, maybe 5 now, and I'm always looking for new people to learn from because there's 1,000 ways to skin a cat, and there's 1,000 ways. Like I can't tell you how many times I went into calling a match, and there's so many different names and ways to do things, and to learn all these different styles and under all these wonderful vets. It's like priceless, and you should never stop learning, honestly. I know vets that are still going to seminars and doing the thing. So if it's something you really love, keep building, keep growing. You can only get better that way,
Awesome. Ladies, I want to thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Jade, thank you again for coming back and bringing your awesome partner. I'm Joe Panther III.
I'm Jay Alejandra.
Oh, I'm Evelyn Sage.
And we will catch you in the next one.